Generic greetings and welcome to Fight Club Plus Prison Architect. Once again, this is our Alpha 36 prison, and as always, we're going to try and make it break. So I'm just going to pause it for a second here. I've just fired all of my armed guards because armed guards are the main thing that will cause your prison to not fight. I'm just going to go onto our regime here. We could do a full lockup, but I think instead what we're going to do is put it to shower time, and that's generally the way to do things as far as I can tell, or at least I've tried different ways of having it boot off, and shower time tends to be quite good because they can just sit in there and they don't get fed. They don't have anything they can do other than shower in there. In fact, if I wanted to, I could remove all but a couple of shower heads, and that's generally something that people recommend you do. So I've got to dismantle object, and I'm going to dismantle all of these shower heads there, all of these shower heads on that side there as well, and then all of these ones here, apart from one, because then it is still a legitimate shower. So that's something that I would recommend you do only if you want it to kick off. So there we go. We'll do that. All of the prisoners are gathered together. Sorted. So we also want to go to our programs, and we need to stop pretty much every program in the prison because we don't want anything that could be constituted as good, which means it'll also increase the rate of kick-offness, if that's a thing, in the prison. So we've got it to max speed, and as always, we're going to see how far we get with this one. What I'll do is I'll give it a couple of in-game days to actually get to a violent level. And then, if that doesn't work, I'm going to then go to my intake on here, and then just bring in pretty much every prisoner we can, which is 300 prisoners turning up, and then we'll see what happens. So yes, interesting indeed. If I want to make it boot off even further, what I could do is move this guy. I could actually, can I change him from death row? No, I can't. Death row prisoners you can't change, but I do have some people in here which are permanent lockdown, so I can go in here, for example. No, you in here. Where is it? No, there he is there. So that guy there, Andrew Ingram, is a snitch and an ex-law enforcement. All I need to do is go over to him and change him from permanent lockdown to none, and then as soon as he goes in here, he will immediately just get killed, just like that, gone. But what I'm going to do first is wait for the danger level. Oh god, we've got the mayor, Calvin Heller calling. We've completed our security review of the visitation process, and visitation rooms can now be re-added to your prison if you choose. Thank you very much. Okay, no problem. So what I'll do then, I'm actually going to put that back in. That's something that we removed at the end, or at the start of last episode. Alright, I think it was at the end of the one before that, but when we were actually building things, and that was something we needed to do because we didn't want to get a big fine. So let's just put visitation back in. I actually just thought now that I haven't re-added that in my save file, but I'm sure people can put that back in on their own. So anyway, yes, this is the last alpha prison that we are going to be making. Obviously, there's still plans to feature prison architect, so don't worry, that's not going anywhere as far as until I get bored. That's pretty much it's here to stay. But yes, technically the last alpha prison, because it's now version 1 or getting to version 1. So after that, we'll be doing different things. We're going to try different things out. We're going to do the campaign, etc., etc. But Fight Club, obviously, we still are going to keep as well. But now we also have another one, which will be escapes, but we'll get onto that later on when version 1 comes out. Yeah, speed up to max speed anyway. What I want to do is wait for the danger level to go up. It will go up because they're sitting in there. Obviously, they can have a bit of a shower, but they do start getting pissed off. Where's that guy going? I think was he trying to escape? Or is he shouting for literacy? Yeah. You can see that we've got 46 prisoners suppressed and compliant. That's because of the guys toting shotguns around the place. If the button on the bottom right disappears, the one that says free fire, you know you've got rid of all of the armed guards. Alright, bit of a top tip for you there. So it looks like we've still got people leaving their fingers and arms and whatnot and their hands on the weights benches, which is still... it's still amazingly funny. Really amazingly funny. Anyway, oh god, I nearly exploded when I first saw that. Look at all the people coming for visitation. It must piss the prisoners off a lot, because all of these have turned up and go, yay, visitation's back open them. Yeah, visitation is back open, but guess what? You can't go in there now, because sadly, as you can see, we've got everybody locked down the shower. I've just realised, because that guy's unconscious gang member, I don't know what's happened there, but I do need to go to my policy here and take all of this off. We don't want you to be searched. There we go. And we don't want any punishment whatsoever. So, yeah, we want to do that. A lot of people say that this is not a really good thing that we do. And the thing is, I don't really know where... Well, I do know where Fight Club sits in the whole... the whole level of the thing. Because... the Fight Club episodes, I started off as a case of, you know, people wanted it to kick off every time. As soon as riots came in the game, everybody, you know, a couple of people, you know, weren't really, you know, for some reason, I think they were just used to either the way other people did it on YouTube or whatever, and, you know, oh yes, riots are funny, ha ha ha. Yes, they can be interesting to watch and things like that, but the whole point is to make something, to build something, and, you know, that's the whole point. It's a construction series, but at the same time, we would like to see it boot off now and again. So the whole point in the Fight Club episodes, I'm going to just put it to normal speed because, as you can see, people are trying to escape now. There's someone there taking his shirt off, and he's actually going to run around fighting as well. I've actually only got 10 guards, which is a lot less than I normally have. I fired a bit too many. But anyway, yes, the whole point is that we have it kick off. And, you know, there was this time when it sort of... Oh! Looks like we've got a Justin Boglet, our legendary prisoner, stabbing a medical bed with a pair of scissors. Ah. Interesting. What I'm going to do, actually, just because I can... Oh, once he's gone in there and tasered, you come in here. I'm going to get him to release this guy from protective custody. Yeah, the Fight Club episodes sort of sat in the middle where we wanted to test the prison out as well as also see it go violent. But to be honest with you, I'm just going to end the punishment there. So that guy's now basically going to have to go, as far as I can tell, straight to the shower, which is Andrew Ingham. Good luck! That's pretty much... sent him to death row, that. As soon as he goes in there, he will be killed. So he's actually pissing himself, look. And I really don't blame him. We've had a death already, and it's over in the shower there. I can't even see that. We've had one escape. Escape? Oh! That's an interesting one. Has someone managed to get out? It looks like they have. Let's just go to deployment here. Guard patrol. We need to set up a guard patrol at the front, and we'll do that. And then what we're going to do is actually going to hire a couple more staff. I have 15. We'll get 5 more staff. We actually had escape. Interesting. So they must have just ran out the door. Wow. Never seen that before. Looks like they were trying to get in the solitary door as well. Oh, I've just realised, look. There's a little bit of flooring that I've missed. Yeah. Anyway, I keep moving off the subject what I was on about with the Fight Club. Yes, the Fight Club used to sit in this area where the whole point was to test out the prison under its under extreme conditions. But because of the way I was building them, and because of the way the game's evolved, if you put in all of the extreme measures that I generally put in, yes, there's that guy, look. There's our guy that's been in lockup for days and days and days and days and days, most of his life in this prison, and then as soon as he goes in there, he didn't even get to the shower room and he was stabbed. Yeah, because of the way the game's evolved and how much security measures we put in, it just wouldn't kick off. So you have to do this version of the extreme. You have to really overdo it, really go mental, and, you know, fire guards, set the regime to something really extreme, and basically it's now about just watching it boot off. And as you can see, it's going quite well. Danger level is flying up. There's several prisoners still suppressed and compliant, but obviously that's getting reduced now that there's no armed guards in here. We have several deaths in here. Danger level's flying straight up. Oh my good grief. No riots currently. It's just as far as I can tell, it is just the gang members. Let's just have a quick look at our intelligence and gangs. Yes, so we've actually lost one of the red gang members. He has been killed. And it looks like that guard is really struggling to keep the peace in here. Obviously, danger level is quite high. It's actually... it is high and increasing. I don't know if it goes to high to ultra high and then extreme. I don't think that's the case. But if you want to piss them off even more, you do a full shakedown as well, because not only do you have to search them, they also get pissed off. You know what? I'm actually going to stop that because, you know, the guards are too busy searching things. It looks like we've got a... What's that? Oh. It's like... that looks like a gang member running off there, but as soon as he got hit with the taser, his shirt went back on. Looks like we've got a shirt firing taser gun there. Oh, that's interesting. It looks like Zoo DSS, who's tough, has managed to get he's managed to fight his way all the way inside the security room, which is obviously something that they do want to take over, because if they do that, they can shut down the CCTV monitors, shut down the phone tap, but more importantly, get hold of the door control system, and then, you know, God, that federal witness is being killed. You notice that all of the federal witnesses are the ones that are being killed. All of the snitches, all of the federal witnesses, they're going down, you know, basically first. Eventually it will still... Eventually it will go down to just anyone getting killed, but it generally goes federal witness, or snitches, then federal witnesses, then gang members, and then just down to anyone that's once a go. But yeah, controlling the door control system is not great. I'm just going to speed up to max speed here, and it looks like we are getting several fights, and several deaths as well. But this is an interesting one because we're not... There's another death. There's 7 deaths, 8 deaths so far. So far, though, we're getting a lot of deaths, but no riot. No riot at all yet. I mean, we are going in with tasers and, you know, putting it down. I guess that's the main thing. You know, that's where we got a lot of put-downs, a lot of... I was going to say suppression, but there's only 3 prisoners suppressed, so if they wanted to kick off, then they could do. Obviously, a lot of the high-risk prisoners, they're the ones that are doing all of the fighting. This is primarily a low and medium-risk prison. If we go to our reports here and go to our prisoners, we can see that actually we've got 26 high-risk prisoners, and the normal risk is 15, low risk is 18. Obviously, we do let a lot of low risk and normal go because of... not let them go, sorry, that's wrong. We parole them. There's a big difference. Yes, we do, you know, parole them and such, so that's why there's quite low. And high risk, obviously, high risk are generally the ones with the fighting traits, so they're quite tough. So they're the ones that are going to be staying here. Immediately, we've now got a riot. So, looks like 21 prisoners are rioting. That'll pretty much be most of the high risk, I'm guessing. Oh no, we've even got some low risk going in there as well. So they're fighting down the bottom here. We've got another death over the left-hand side. Obviously, we've got some gang members put their shirt off. 12 deaths, and that is a guard. I think that's our first guard that's being killed. We've got some people with shirts off there. James Ward. Got a set of keys, and actually, it looks like for some reason that guy found it was easier to actually punch the solitary door with a set of keys, but you know, that's fine, whatever. Maybe he's a bit dumb. Anyway, got a guard dead there, and we've got a very very aggressive, or rather zealous doctor trying to run around and heal up our guy here. And that's not working out too well, is it? No. It looks like they're running around. No, it's dead. Okay, it's dead. I say it's dead. He's dead. Our guard is dead, and our doctor really doesn't know what to do. She is freaking out, that doctor. It looks like they might attack them eventually, but it doesn't look like they're going for her. Nope, but she doesn't know what to do. She's actually running around with this guard, and we really don't know what's happening. So anyway, put it at normal speed. We've got... Looks like that guy's been released. This is an interesting one. There's a bit of a bug. This guy here... He's rioting, right? So Richard Cantifer is rioting. He's got a set of keys on him. What else has he been doing? Let's have a quick look. He's attacked prisoner and attacked staff, so yes, he's definitely rioting. But he's been released. And now he's just been tasered. But he's been released. Served 3 years of 3 years. So we have to let him out. We have to let him out of the prison because... he is technically a released prisoner. That is not good. You shouldn't get that. You could argue, right, that, yeah, you know, there is a chance of that happening. But if you know that there's a riot going on, and you're up for parole, or rather you're definitely getting released tomorrow, you would not riot, you know? I would argue that you would just go, no, I'm going to sit in my cell and avoid this, you know? Yes, you might get swept up in the melee and things like that, but... you would certainly not charge towards the front gate with a set of keys on your own going, I'm getting released tomorrow. I've just been tasered, now I'm back in prison. You wouldn't do that. So that's a bit of a, I'm not even going to say a bug because it's not a bug. It's just a bit of a misstep. It's just a bit of a, it's just something that you shouldn't happen, you know. But anyway, it looks like we've got 31 prisoners still rioting here. I am not really putting the riot down. I think this will be a fairly easy riot to stop. It looks like they currently control all of the cell block. We've only really got... actually, we've got 4 cell blocks in this prison. Count them. The Supermax area over here, or the Legendary Prisoner area, with the Death Row, which is currently he's sitting there with lots of needs, but, you know, he's just suppressed and stuff. So he's sitting there. We've got the main cell block down the bottom, and then we've got this tiny, weeny little one here, which is actually technically another cell block, which is why it hasn't been taken over. Oh, dear. So the CEO has given us a bit of a call. So... Your prison is out of control. Put down this riot now, or the government will step in and retake the prison by force. So I've got 5 hours to stop the prison. So I could, if I wanted to, go to our emergencies and bring in some riot police and paramedics. I could do that if I really wanted to. If I'm honest, I don't want to. I want the National Guard to come in and retake it, because it's the last time we're going to have this Alpha prison done with a bit of a fight. We might as well kick it off in style, and hopefully we will not get the massive problem with... Do we have no guards? I know we've got doing jobs and patrolling and stuff. Hopefully, we won't have the problem with the National Guard coming along and stopping here and then have to drive up there to the end and get off. Hopefully, they'll just stop and get out. A lot of the time, we had a problem with the riot, with the National Guard. We'd have a set of trucks, loads and loads and loads of trucks, hearses and whatnot, up to the end, and they would stop. They would come in and go, and the truck would stop there. And because they went on the map, they couldn't come along and finish it off, which is, yeah. Yeah, you would think they wouldn't be able to do that. It looks like there's a lot of prisoners around here, and I don't know why. A lot of prisoners around here, unconscious, need to move around, things like that. They might have been trying to get to this guy here. In fact, I think he's a federal witness. Yes, that's what's happened. A lot of these prisoners, I assume, have been trying to get to our federal witness at the back here. Obviously, death row inmate, but they've been trying to rush through and get to him. Or they're trying to use the electric chair to, you know, cook a bacon sandwich. But failure. Uncontrolled riot. You have failed to control the riot. The government has revoked our prison contract and is now sending in the National Guard to retake the prison. So, here's the National Guard. Oh dear, oh dear. Yep. It looks like the same thing's happened. Oh, I can control the National Guard now. That's something I never knew you could do. I don't think you should be able to do that, because National Guard was supposed to be automatic. Oh dear, oh dear. So, yes, the same thing has happened as has, well, the same thing that's happened other times. It's happened now. We've got some trucks here. Obviously, we've got hearses. These can't come off. We can control them. They don't like that. Oh, they don't like that at all, do they? No. They really don't like that. So where are they running to? They're running back to their squad members. See, they've probably got several different routines going. That, you know, they really want to... Ah, there we go. Right. Yeah, it looks like they want to stick together as a team, but when you order them about, they, you know, well, you shouldn't be able to order these about, by the way. That should not be able to happen, so that is a bug. But, because this is a failure state, I shouldn't be able to control them at all. This should be automatic. But as soon as they move off, they want to go back their squad. But now that I've took them all off the troop truck, they can now do their automated stuff. So if I just manually tell them to move off, they should move off, and then, yeah, then they go on to their normal patrol. So you can manually tell them to get off. I don't know is that a feature? Have they added that so I have to tell them to get off the truck? I don't think it is. I think that's just a bug, because it should be automatic. Either way, there we go. We're going to tell them to get off the truck. At least we managed to get around the bug. And there we go. So they're now all as squads. They're now going to be doing whatever they need to do. I don't know where these guys are going. They're running off. Oh my good grief. Anyway, what the hell is going on? So, as you can see, the National Guard are coming in here, and they are just hosing. They don't really care. But for some reason, the other soldiers are deserting. Oh, we've got a mass desertion of National Guard. Look, they're all just running off the map. We've only got maybe 2 squads, if that. It might even just be 1 squad in here. I think it's only just 1 squad is actually running to control this thing. The rest have actually deserted off the map. They probably think, for whatever reason, that the riot is being controlled, because generally what the National Guard do is come in, they shoot everything up, stop the riot, everything's sorted, and then they will leave. That's generally what will happen. But to be honest with you, there's the riot stopped. They're just going to come down and they're going to keep firing. They're going to run around. They're going to look at everything and basically decide eventually, once everyone is pretty much dead, that basically that's it. They're done. and then they will leave. But for some reason, lots of others left. Oh my good grief, we've still got this death going on here. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. Look at all the shells on the ground. Wow. We're going to leave it there because that's the end of that. Obviously, failure state. I'm not too sure whether it's going to try and put me in my own prison. It might load it back up and try and put it in, but I'm not going to bother with that. Either way, that's another bit of Fight Club plus Prison Architect for you. Next time we do this, we will be featuring a version 1 prison, whatever that happens to be. But we'll see how things go. As always, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.